Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Glam MC in the place to be. If you like makeup, just wait and see. These videos will teach you something. If you like it, thumbs up it, subscribe to my channel. If you like my stuff, I'll appreciate it greatly. Give it up. Okay, today I put on my Penrose Secret Genius. This is my favorite perfume. And it goes to show that when you do the fragrance test that you online, like I went to Define Me, the website, and try to see which one of these they recommended for me. And I ended up with Audrey. And Audrey is notes of jasmine, peony rose, and sandalwood. But the one that I like the most, having them all here, testing them, is the mandarin, blackcurrant, jasmine, and sugar, Sophia. So sometimes those tests are not accurate. It's better to get like this little guy with the samples of all of them and try them out for yourself. They all smell good. It's just you like some better than others. I recently bought another one of this, another sampler of this, and I'm gonna do a giveaway with it, so maybe one of you guys can enjoy it. I really like that one a lot. I'm gonna put my Fenty Beauty foundation on first, and I'm gonna continue doing the same thing I've been doing lately. I've been putting on cream, like a darker foundation for my contour. I'm gonna do that again. I really like it. I'm gonna continue to try to figure it out. Yesterday I made some mistakes with it. Today I want to fix that. I'm gonna put the foundation all first, then go in with the concealer. And just so you guys know, I use my coconut primer. And now I'm gonna go in with the contour. This is a Makeup Forever darker shade that I received as a sample, and I'm using it as cream contour, and it's great. Y505. I really like the tone of it, and I like playing with something new. Like, I've always wanted to try out cream contour. This definitely not supposed to be used this way, but it's working for me. I really like the tone. And I'm gonna blend it out with a beauty blender. My beauty blender is damp, so it soaks up some of the product and blends it out nicely. So it looks like I need a little tiny bit more. It doesn't blend nicely with the brush. I tried to do the bottom part with my brush, but it didn't. Brushing it back and forth is not what you want to do. So see, it gives a small wash of bronze, but I'm gonna put a little tiny bit more in the hollows of my cheeks. And that's pretty. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and pounce a little bit of that, making sure there's no creases on my eyes. And I'm gonna go in with powder, Laura Mercier powder, with my velour puff, and put some in, tap off the excess, put it where I want smoothing and matte, silky smooth finish. All right. I think that is a lot better than what I did yesterday. Yesterday, I made a mess, but I am trying something new, so. Alright, next I'm going to put a little bit of blush. I'm going with my pretty boulder that I received from Boxycharm, and I'm going to lightly put that purple blush on top of the bronze contour that I did. Very lightly. I don't want it to be too pigmented. I really like this blush. It's pretty. Soft wash of color. Very blended. Very pretty. Next, I'm going to do my brows. For my brows, I'm using my Mood Struck Brow Obsession palette. I have a friend that does Unique, that sells Unique. Her name is Ashton Dotson. I'll leave everything linked down below. I'm using my Sephoa Angled Liner 22. And I'm going to start with the number 2, which is the darker brown. And just make a line right under my brow. Alright, and for the front part, I'm going to use a little bit of the the lighter shade, which is number 1, and make hair-like stroke motions upward. Alright, now for the next one, I'm using the number 2 from the darker shade, and I'm putting that all over the bottom end of the brow. Alright, next, after brows, I'm ready for my second look for the Softglam palette. I'm gonna be using this palette, and for today I'm gonna try to do like a purple look with this. Like with this one and that one. That's what I'm going for. A blending brush. Where's my M433? I can't find it. Oh, there you are. Okay. All is safe with the world. Okay, so M433 is what I'm using, and I'm gonna be using this color right here. This is called Dusty Rose, mauve shade, and I'm putting that in the crease. Okay, I'm putting it in the crease, above the crease, and in the outer side of the eye, the outer third. I'm leaving this part right here open to put a lighter shade there. I'm thinking about putting a little bit of fairy, this one, a gold right there. I want it to be very blended, so I'm going over the shadow and windshield wiper motions a lot and blending it upward. I'm putting the excess on the outside of the eye to elongate the eye. Now for the other side. Doing circular motions to distribute that color above the crease and in the crease. Windshield wiper motions as well. I'm putting the most of the pigment in the back and then blending it in. Making sure that excess goes outside the eye to elongate the eye. I'm putting it on the lower third of the lid. Alright, next, okay, I'm gonna use a flat packing brush, which is step 1 for the money. And first I'm gonna go in with the shade. Let me use this. Okay. I'm gonna use my Jumbo NYX, and I'm gonna put that where the yellow is supposed to go to give it a nice white base to go on top of. Okay, so I'm gonna use a dry brush and use Fairy. Fairy is the bright yellow, with a dry brush to see what it looks like dry. And now it looks fairly pigmented with a dry brush, and it's showing up a lot with that white base. Alright. Going a little overboard, so I'm gonna reel it in, and I'm gonna put a little bit of a darker shade right above it in the crease. So for the crease, I'm gonna be using this flat rounded brush. It's called Luxie 239 Precision Shader, and I'm gonna use Mulberry. Mulberry is this burgundy type of color. I'm gonna go in very lightly with that one, right above the gold. Okay, so you see what the difference makes having a little bit of a darker shade in the crease right here, right above it. It just gives it a little bit more definition. And that's what I was going for. I'm going to put a little bit of that on the lower third of the eye too. Okay. Now for the other eye. Alright. I'm going to take a very small blending brush. It's called the M40. Is this M40? M45. This is very tapered, very small. And I'm going to take a little bit of the Dusty Rose that I put on first, and I'm going to put that on the lower lashes, connected with the outer V. I'm going to use a little bit of a highlight shade for the brow bone, and for that I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use this little tiny brush. It's a concealer brush from Raw Color, and I'm going into this shade right here, putting that on the brow bone and the inner corner. Alright, I feel like I'm missing something, so I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of the Mulberry, the dark shade, tiny bit of that, and put it really close to the lashes here. just on the outer third. Same brush that I used the Dusty Rose, I'm going to take a little bit more Dusty Rose and just blend it a little bit more. Alright, I feel like that is good enough. I'm going to use a little bit of my Kat Von D tattoo liner to line my eyes. Alright, so then for mascara, I'm using my Tarteist Lash Paint Mascara. So now that that is done, I'm going to go ahead and spritz my face with MAC Fix Plus. Okay. I'm going to use my Sigma Fox glove. And I'm going to use SPL. This is the Hi-Fi Shine by Urban Decay. And that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys in my next video.